Hello, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, how you doing?
Good morning. Doing awesome.
Good, 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 good. So, is it sunny over there or what?
Yeah, with some clouds, but it didn't say it's going to rain, so hopefully
Oh, okay, that's
not.
good.
Yeah.
I was watching Sister Womrekua. I think they are having a picnic in Glasgow, Scotland. So I was watching, and I'm looking at the weather now. It's like Kumo. So I didn't write the comment. I was saying this is just like me, Chrome. How you know Edmonton? Sometimes it can be somewhere, but
Yeah.
we're having a picnic. Some are in t-shirts, some are also in jackets. And that
Mhm.
was an interesting. But Scotland is kind of when they say some parts of it can be very damp. Well, I'm talking
Oh,
from my childhood books when I was reading those romance
I
books
can,
about the
me
castles
too.
and those places.
That's the reason why I never wanted to go to London because
Yeah,
it was always gloomy and
gloomy. Vancouver weather. Yeah,
foggy or something like that. Very, yeah.
yeah. So I'm going to go share, yeah, and then we'll come and continue.
Okay. So while Auntie Yaa'S sharing, hi everyone, welcome to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. We've had so many names. Sometimes when I'm going to say Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner, I feel I'm making a mistake. But yes, this
I know.
yeah.
Sometimes I say book club.
Hmm. But I think I like the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're in summer, but it's not summering at all. Breaking.
Something I've been saying. The English is not Englishing. I say, you
Like
people.
vision.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw a picture of Diana Hamilton's daughter. She said her daughter is able to wear her clothes now, and the daughter is singing and doing
Oh,
the same thing she does. And somebody wrote the heels is not healing. I think it was coming off for her. Ghana for oh Lord.
yeah. Well, I have a picnic to go to as well today.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a French church is organizing. a
Oh, okay.
picnic. So right
Okay. Right.
after this, yeah,
You are
um,
off there.
yeah. But as you were saying, I think I need a jacket, like a spring jacket,
Hmm.
the side, because I can't trust the weather nowadays.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like you're done.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking. I
So
I am
what
done. Hmm.
practice does, eh?
Sorry?
Because I remember in the beginning it took you a while to finish post.
Yeah.
So
Well,
with time,
yeah, oh, that's how it is. We say it, but we don't live by
yeah,
it. But
very.
you get the hang of it. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like they say, the first year of teaching is very difficult, but once the second year, you get a plan and you get going. But Ajua, your start here, oh, I'm going to be a substitute teacher because like, we know these young people can
Yep.
be actual mind. And she's there
Yeah.
anyway.
Mm.
So we welcome you to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner again, and the series is Unapologetic Self. And so we are discussing various topics. Now, the qualifier here is that get the book, get the book on Amazon. And it does not necessarily mean that the topics that you see here are what is in the book, but we're talking of being your unapologetic self. It means being your real self. And so we were born a particular way, but some of us, I used to say this at work when I was working that we're never happy with ourselves. In summertime, you find the Caucasians trying to tan and get darker. And
Yeah.
then we, the black people, also are bleaching our skin to look lighter. So there's no happy medium.
Yeah.
But all these things come with consequences. So we're just here to shed light on it. Look, a lot of people are doing it, especially older women, but we have the next generation also coming.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what we want to teach them or is this what we want them to learn? So, yeah, I will leave you there. Hello, Atima. How
So,
are you?
it's
You went AWOL?
wow.
Hope you're doing well.
You're here for an interesting one. Mhm.
Yes, yes, certainly.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. So, what am I doing again?
Just your opening comment on the whole situation, what your take
Well,
is on it.
yeah, I was thinking, and then I was trying to also think on the other side, being the devil's advocate, like I
Mm-hmm,
think why people would want to.
mm-hmm,
Um, for me, I think I came to the conclusion that it's good that we're educating people.
mm-hmm.
So you look at the pros and cons, and you look
Yes.
at why you're doing it. I mean, if you know why you're doing it, and you think it supersedes or overshadows the cons that we're going to be discussing,
Mm-hmm,
then you go ahead, because with everything, I mean, being your unapologetic self could also mean that um, just as when you have bad values and you want to improve,
mm-hmm,
uh, it means you want to be who you are. You found out this is who you are and you want to be it too. That could
mm-hmm.
be, yeah, being your unapologetic self.
Yes.
So it's up to you. The choice is yours. So
Yes.
we are just going to talk about, you know, how it started, the idea behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the um, effects that it has on us and all that. So
Yeah.
let's see.
And the other qualifier that I also want to put on it, like you said, is there are some who may have genuine skin conditions,
Exactly.
acne, you know, that is serious enough that they have to do something about it.
Yeah.
We are not talking about those individuals.
Right.
We're talking of those who just want to be lighter. It's
Mhm.
something in their subconscious, whatever it is that they feel better about
Yeah.
themselves. And
Yeah.
this is what they want to do.
Yeah.
The thing too is we forget that feeling good about yourself is not about your externals. It has to work from the inside. So,
Mhm.
well, let's get started. Yeah. So, what is skin bleaching?
Well, what I saw was that it was using chemicals to lighten your skin,
Hmm.
but now it's not just chemical. And yeah, an interesting thing I found out was also that in the past it wasn't always chemicals as well.
Mm.
There were also some natural things, and this
Hmm.
is, well, I'm getting into the next question.
Okay.
Anyway, so yes, so it's just, I guess, using substances in
Hmm.
general, yeah, substances to lighten your skin, and
Okay.
for whatever reason it is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like you're saying, it says it's a cosmetic practice. It's aimed at lightening your skin. And the thing too is that bleaching, skin bleaching is like you are changing your overall complexion.
Mm-hmm.
That is what it is. And it's, I don't know. I saw somewhere it says that by 2024, the skin bleaching industry will be worth $31.2 billion.
Not
This is from
surprised.
the World Health Organization. So can you imagine? It is big business.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm not surprised
yes.
at all, because it is
Mhm.
and it's becoming more popular. It's not
Yeah.
like dying down anytime soon.
No, no.
So yeah, I'm not surprised about the projections.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is this Bishop? He said, sad mama, yeah, the wise man above gave us natural sun in our black skin to protect us, and too knowing man, too knowing man. This is probably Tony. I know the term. Yes,
Oh,
this is the thing. I saw it in my research. It was written. It said it's to protect us, those of us who live in the hot climate, the
right,
melanin, right? And yet we
right.
are peeling it away by doing that. Yes. So if you think about it, it's big business. I'll tell you a quick story. Years ago,
Mm-hmm.
some so-called friend. Okay, for me, like this person was bleaching, and all that I knew, this is my take on it. Apart from when I was in Ghana as a young, I forget whether I was in my teens or 20s. Otima says it's sad. And you know the Robert soap. There's a soap called Robert soap, medicated soap or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I just used to use it for my face, but not to be lightening. You just want it smooth or whatever. So anyway, as I was saying, this friend, they were quite into bleaching. And then when I came in contact with them, I was advising them that, you know, at the time, this is what I thought I knew. the best thing, all that I do is, um, find a good cream for your face. And maybe when I whatever cream I was using at the time, and I would use baby oil. But then later on, more recently, I'm into shea butter. So I said, there's no need to be bleaching. Just have a clear skin. It's all. So one time she gave me this product. I think it was samples, and I thought it was just face cream. So I was using it. Then I started to see that my face was becoming patchy.
Oh,
Some places were light, and then
like
I
yeah,
said, what is that thing that you gave me? And when she explained, I said, I don't do that. So I had to stop for my, because you don't know, you just, oh, a cream. And I
mhm,
didn't read, and I'm thinking, why would you think that is what I want to do? Right?
yeah.
She said, well said, Mama, our worth is not on the outside, but on the inside. Yes. So, okay, we've just gone through what it is. Let's talk about some of the history and the roots. Yeah. Mhm.
Mm, yes. So what I found out was that it started way in the 200 BC. So it's a long time.
Oh.
Uh, it's not like a now problem or in the 80s
Mhm.
or 70s or whatever. And it started with the Egyptians, the Greeks, the
Okay.
Romans,
Mhm.
and what they were using was olive oil and honey. Actually,
Oh, okay.
it was still there, like to lighten
Mhm.
the skin because it was associated with wealth and status.
But yeah, honey, no, isn't it sticky?
It
And
is
then
sticky.
oil.
Yes, I think that you use as a treatment. So maybe you leave it on for a bit and then you go take a shower. You know, that kind of thing. I don't think they
Hey,
about with it.
it suddenly got me curious because I'm like, okay, I have honey in the house, I have olive oil. So if I go and start doing that, then my face will start lightening,
Because it's a
like,
natural
over time. Over time.
over time it will.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that I've seen some recipes on TikTok. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you wanna lighten, sometimes I wanna lighten my armpits, truth be told. When it gets so dark,
Why?
because it looks so darker than my skin. I want it to be the same as.
Uh-huh.
So I was looking it up, and I've seen honey
Mm-hmm.
and something else. I've forgotten. It
Mm-hmm.
was a long time that I
Mm-hmm.
checked this. So yeah, I know it's a lightening agent. It might not be as harsh, and it will take a rather long time
Mm-hmm.
to do. But yes, so and then you come to the European setting, which is not as far back as 200, but
Mm-hmm.
it was also linked with um, status because it was only the women who were well off who didn't have to go outside to work.
As a governess
Yes,
in some rich lord's home. We read those books.
yes, yeah. Then we move on to slavery because this
Mm-hmm.
one is in connection to us.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to justify slavery, the white supremacist ideology was
Yes, that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
they were, whiteness is linked with beauty and
Mm-hmm.
virtuousness and
Mm-hmm.
civilization, and the dark person was inferior. So during those times, too, if you were a black person but you were lighter skinned, you could work in the house.
House. You're not
Yes,
a field slave.
yes, exactly. So, so I guess that's where
Mm-hmm.
they messed up with our brains
Yes.
to make us think that the darker skinned, I mean, is linked to inferiority or lower class or not beautiful.
Yeah. I'm smiling because it's the year 2023 and nothing has changed.
It
Seems to have
hasn't.
gotten worse.
It hasn't, and I think it's all over too. Because I know that in India, there are people
Ooh.
light skin. Yes,
They are so
it's
bad
the
for it.
same thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's I don't know. So I don't know if it's the slavery concept that brought the whole thing.
Mhm.
I mean, the whitewashing of our brains,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
to make us feel like white is linked with
Mhm.
privileges,
Yes.
because they were treated better. So
Yeah.
if you are there, you would want to be
Hmm.
in order to enjoy those things.
Yeah, you and I there. Nka yɛnka ho.
We work on the farm.
You know something? What you were saying, yeah, I saw that they said that everything is geared, the standards of beauty are focused on whiteness and
Hmm.
the purity. The strange thing that I found, they said, the Victorian era, it
Yeah.
was a standard of purity. So the Ethiopian women, they painted their faces with lead. Is lead not poisonous?
God,
And you
yes.
know what I read too? They said Queen Elizabeth the First, she took arsenic complexion wafers,
Oh,
lots of poison to give her that ghostly white look. When you look at some of these portraits of
the
women in those days,
and
they
it's
look
not
so
even nice. It looks
pale.
scary.
Yeah, they look so pale. Yeah. And so, yeah, so this is the thing. It's all rooted in that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then of course there's the racism part of it, like you were saying. Some of it is racism, and so when you were mentioning India, they make women like black women, Asian women, the minority to feel inferior, that
Yeah.
they need to get lighter.
Hmm.
There was a Sudanese, no, is it Sudanese or Senegalese? I forget the name. I wrote it somewhere. She said she had a problem with it. Like she stayed the same. I think the last name was Diop. The first name starts with a K. I wrote it somewhere. Maybe I'll come across it later. And she said all the members in her family, most members in her family, broad family, had lightened except her or her mother. It took her a while to feel proud of, like now you see very dark skin. Well, look at Lupita.
Yeah.
When I started seeing Lupita, I'm like, that's right, that's me right there. Because everything you have to be lighter. Even when they're featuring blackness, it's like the light skinned, right? So there's the racism and there's the colorism. And you
Hmm.
find it, even it's amongst us too, but you find it
It is.
many amongst the African American,
Yeah.
the light skinned ones are treated, even in a family. There could be darker ones and light skinned, and they get treated better.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they get treated better. And sometimes, even you grow up and you hear all kinds of things that you don't even know your own family members were thinking for you. But I'm going to say this too, like, there was an uncle who was having a wedding and he took one of my sisters. I'm like, oh, okay. She was a pretty little one, more light skinned. We could put.
Mhm.
So these things happen. Oh, let's
Yeah.
take the cute one. Oh, let's do this. And how are the rest of you supposed to feel?
Yeah.
So you're not special enough.
You're not beautiful because you're
Yeah,
dark.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and this,
So mhm,
that is why, I mean, sometimes you can't blame these people because
no. Oh, yeah, it's gone. Yeah, so Oh, okay. You were saying? Okay, yeah, I'll be back. So in essence, we're just talking about the history and the roots of skin bleaching, and we say that it's in whiteness. The the basic foundation of it is the white supremacy agenda. Everything white is better. Like I've always wondered, it's too bad yeah it's not here, because everything, when you're reading stuff, everything nice and great is the white thing. Everything dark is, oh, bad, evil, darkness, that kind of thing. So even when my kids were growing up, there wasn't they didn't have too many black dolls at first. So later when I started seeing black dolls, I bought it for them. I remember them calling it a kua ama or kusua or whatever. So it's important growing up to see images of yourself. So if you have a black child and they are not seeing anybody looking like them in the social space, how are they supposed to feel? That's why people get so excited when they say, oh, Barack Obama became this. Oh, look at that poet, that young girl. So for myself, even when I see people doing well, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful, that is great, and all that. So yes, the roots are in racism, colorism, the white supremacy agenda, colonialism. It's like we prefer lighter, anything lighter. colonialism did a lot to us, and I think to a lot of these products flooded our market. So as Ya was saying,
Mm-hmm.
this thing became so ingrained, it's become part of our psyche that if we are too dark, we are not good enough. So we have to lighten our skin. Right.
Right.
So what, unless you have anything else to say on the history, maybe we'll go to the results and the effects.
Okay. Well,
Somebody
sorry
has a
about that. I'm
comment.
using my phone, so whenever there's, because my computer is not working properly.
Come again.
I said I'm using my phone,
Oh,
so
okay. Okay. Oh, hi, Ernest. Thanks for joining us. You were saying representation matters. I was talking about how when Nana and Ajua were growing up, at first there were no black dolls, but when I started seeing black dolls, I'll be buying it and they'll call
yeah,
it Akosi or Amo or whatever. And it's important that children see themselves in the broader social space. Because
yes.
how do you feel if, a lot of times our kids will tell you, oh, I was the only black person in the class, or I was the only this, or I was the only that. And they
Mm-hmm.
get called names, things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy. It takes a lot. If you don't have a great sense of self, you fall victim to these some of these practices. So yeah, unless you have something to say, we can go to the results or the effects of skin bleaching. You want to go?
Oh,
Oh dear.
my attention gets drifted easily. So sorry about that, guys.
That's okay.
Anyway, yeah. Well, before the program, we're talking about some of these ingredients in
Mhm,
the products that are being used to do this bleaching thing. And one that stood out was the mercury.
mhm,
And seriously, I knew that the bleaching caused some health problems, but I didn't know that it was this bad. Not until you brought this topic for us to.
she means stop
Oh,
daydreaming.
yeah. Um, when you brought it up, and I actually looked into it, and I saw these all these sicknesses like
Mhm.
high blood pressure, fatigue,
Yes.
light sensitivity, numbness,
Mhm, mhm.
neurologic symptoms like
Yeah.
memory loss and kidney failure, lung
Mhm.
damage.
Yeah.
The only thing I thought was one of the problems was the skin cancer. I didn't know
Mhm.
that all these diseases or sicknesses were part of uh, bleaching.
Thank
So
you.
I feel like um, most of the people also don't know that the effect is this huge, right? Because I've
Mhm,
never heard it, not until I actually was researching some of
mhm.
the causes that I saw. I thought it was just skin cancer,
Skin cancer, yes.
mhm.
Even
And
that was not even our baby, but because we are, doing this, there's
yes,
a lot more
yeah,
occurrences. Yeah.
yeah. And then sometimes with this skin cancer, they'll make you feel like if you use sunscreen, you should be fine because when you bleach and the sun actually gets direct contact and is able to penetrate and all that, they make you feel like if you're able to block it, you're fine. So bleaching is not that bad,
Yeah.
as in the effects that it has
Mhm.
on you. But yeah, mercury was one of the things that actually stood out to me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw a list too. I'll go through a number of other things too that I saw because sometimes, like you say, we don't pay attention, we are
Mm-hmm.
not taking it serious, or we don't read labels.
Mm-hmm.
And you so this mercury, it's not the ingredients on the package or the product won't just say mercury. There was a list of about, I couldn't write it all down.
Right.
Mercurous oxide, this, that. So you have to pay attention. And like you say, I'm going to go through some of the ingredients. It's like the vitamin C, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's something called niacinamide and
Yeah.
also retinol. And they say these can cause dryness, peeling, or stinging. So using these products over time, right?
Yeah.
And then hydroquinone, how do you pronounce that? Hydroquinone or something. It says it's a deep
One.
pigmentation
Mm.
agent, right? And the skin can become blue-gray, like blue-gray skin discoloration, skin irritation and redness, burning, and damage to the skin. Hello, Miss Sage, welcome aboard.
Uh,
And also like skin dryness or false elevation of blood glucose when they I think when they take blood from the capillary. So these some of these health things, I'm like, whoa,
yeah.
right? And then when you come to mercury, mercury is a toxic metal that harms humans and the environment.
Mm.
So even it was saying that when we are using these products and we're washing our faces and all that, it is getting into the water stream and so it ends up in the fish and it's harming everybody really. And so they said this mercury inhibits the formation of melanin,
Mm-hmm.
resulting in a lighter skin tone. So the effects of mercury, you said some of them, yeah, skin rashes, discoloration, reduced resistance to skin infections. Can you imagine? Anxiety,
Hmm.
depression,
Yeah.
psychosis, kidney damage. Yes. And of course, they said with enough exposure, mercury can cause death. So we are not here to rain gloom and doom on anybody's parade, but some of these choices, when you make it, they come with severe side effects or consequences. You
Mm-hmm.
just need to be aware. Bleaching is bad, just like peeling off layers of your skin deliberately. Yeah, think about an onion and peeling, peeling, peeling. That's your skin is the top layer and peeling, peeling, peeling. All these women, or when I would go to the Ashanti region with my dad, funerals and all that, you see light skin, the cheeks are black, burnt, you know. And I've heard too that like when you after constant, peeling and all that stuff, when an accident happens and maybe they're trying to put you together, like the skin is too delicate, not much can be done. There's risk. And we're saying this because women, a lot of platforms that we've been on, yeah, or we're listening on, you hear this thing about, okay, the older generation, the things that they did and all that. We're in different times.
Yeah.
And I think that there's enough information out there that people must or can or should be willing enough to do research and figure out, is this good for me? Is this a bad thing? I won't sit here and tell Nana or Ajua to go and bleach their skin. And if they started doing that, I would ask them, what is wrong? What is the matter? Okay, so feeling better about yourself is not an outside job, it's
Yeah.
always from the inside out. And sometimes do men have fed into these things? Oh, I like light skinned women. Oh, this, that. They say all kinds of things, and then the women around them succumb and go do these things. If you know who you are, you have enough self-esteem, you're confident enough, you can resist those kind of things. Sometimes even you don't need to be in such relationships because that person is projecting something on you.
Mm-hmm.
If you need a light-skinned woman, then you go find that person. I'm not it. Don't put me down and destroy me. So like these things, right? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, there's even the other results are like low self-esteem. Yeah, we have to go there.
Yeah.
Half red, half black. We used to laugh at it back then, but it is not funny anymore. Tony. So, the depression, the anxiety. And I read something from another lady. I think she's a Ghanaian. You can look for her, Dr. Yaba Blay.
Okay.
Yaba, Y-A-B, in Blay, B-L-A-Y. I think she said it says she was raised in New Orleans. She's done a lot of research about this, right?
Mm.
And she says that it's easy to sit and come and criticize and so why are people bleaching? Why are this? But we have to look at the roots of it. So when you look at things like having plastic surgery, having bleaching and all that. We should rather talk about shifting she calls it, what is it? There's a book she has, One Drop, Shifting the Lens on Race. So all this stuff, and she talks about colorism, beauty politics. That's her main, she's into that activism around these kind of things. So basically, I mean, when you think about it, yeah, her take on it is that I wrote it over here. She said, don't focus on the individuals who are doing it. Focus on the government institutions that promote these
Hmm.
things. Remember, I said that World Health Organization said in 2024 this will be a 31.2 billion um,
Industry. Yeah,
dollar industry.
yeah,
So who's feeding this big propaganda, the optics, what do you call it, the media, the advertisements? Oh, light is bright, this, that, and all these products. So those are the ones that you have to go about it. And even she's talking, she said, I mentioned said also the chemical relaxing thing. She said these are all the impacts of the white supremacy agenda.
that,
So she says a lot on that. But I think we should zoom into and focus on like, do I want to get depressed or whatever because I don't feel good enough about myself that I'm bleaching and then I have to deal with this? Look, I used to relax my hair a lot. Who knows what's going on in my head right now or what effects? You get what I mean?
yeah,
I still even go and color. Do you know all the effects and all that stuff? So we make these decisions and we don't do any research. We don't know the half of it and we're just going our way. And even a mother will look at the daughter and say, oh, here, use this. Yeah, people, I forgot, it just came into my mind. People are bleaching their kids.
20 years.
Yes, I've gone into a store where I've heard somebody, oh, this didn't work on a child. They are bleaching their kids. There was even one time I saw there was this kid and there was a mother, and I sent it to someone. Was it Blessing Monday? I said, look at this. What is happening here? She goes, oh, they are bleaching the child. Are you that insecure to bleach a little child who does not have the capacity to say, no, I don't want to do this? So you see, it's very ingrained, it's very deep. And I think that if we would spend enough time looking on the inside, I think next week we need to talk about are you healed from your trauma? Because we all have these things. It's from the outs from the inside out. How do you feel as a person? How do you feel as a human being? What messages were you given? A lot of us we were told certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we are old enough, but we are not questioning it and we've still accepted it. When you question it, then you can throw it away and say, no, this is not me. This is a label you put on me. This is who I choose to be, my unapologetic self. Please get your copy on Amazon. So, yeah, I'll leave you to make some comments. But let me put the link in the chat for
Mm,
the book.
mm. Yeah, as well, Auntie I was saying, it all starts from the inside, and it really does start from the inside, and that's why I was stressing on, you know, the slavery time and how
Mhm.
they were made to feel. It is ingrained in the mind, and we pass on these things, as she said again, to our kids, and then it keeps going down, 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 down. But I mean, it's time to see or to check, like, or we all actually, it's not even time to check. We all know that whiteness doesn't depict beauty or virtuousness or status. I mean, there are people who are dark and they're really beautiful, and people dark have high status. It doesn't mean you're brainy. I mean, we all know that, but I don't know why we can't get away from that. It's like it's there, and I think on the TVs it's also there because these women who are, you know, shown as beautiful, all light skinned, and if you look
Mhm.
at the music videos, even you were saying in the African American community, the lighter skinned are
Yeah.
seen more pretty than the dark
Yeah.
skin, or their
Mhm.
skin, you know, as higher, just as in other. But I think it's high time we got away from that, and um, we don't like to look inside and think about when you look inside your and that takes me to Yvonne's book. Oh, there was a hot debate last weekend here.
Oh, really?
It
What?
was hard, like that. People can't understand that people going through things have to go through a process.
Yeah.
I see the book as her process of, getting rid of stuff,
Yeah. Hmm.
getting anyway. I was so passionate about it that, yeah, because I get where she's coming from. She's looking
Yeah.
at it that we don't like to do that, so we think, oh yeah, bidodo, or something,
Yes.
push baby kind of
And
thing.
look at what the mother has done. That at 38, somebody is looking for the father, and for some reason, you can't tell her, oh, look at how you disrespected your mother. We don't have the capacity to think and say, oh, because she's the elder one, she's right. Look at
Yeah,
the emotional damage.
yeah, it's terrible, you know. And I was saying it again, yeah, because that came up. They said she's disgraced the mother, and I said
Yes,
the mother. I'm not talking about what she did or whatever, but
she
how she
didn't do it.
handled it, she could have handled it better.
Yeah.
And amazingly, these people arguing hadn't read the book too,
Oh,
so they
lots
did
of
not even
them.
know what happened. So I asked them, "Do you know how it started? Do you know how it started with her? It's not just about the sex she had with somebody. It's not at all. Something started it, and she wasn't being even treated well in the home.
Yeah.
So if
As a mother, will you look at your child and tell them that they are a mistake?
no,
So if you hear this from your own mother, how does it make you feel? Nobody's looking at that.
yes,
So,
so it's high time we process these things. And
mhm,
somebody like her, she can easily go into anything, skin bleaching and all that,
yeah.
because those things will affect you,
Hmm.
your self-esteem, because you don't feel like you belong anywhere, you know. So people who go into it need to take, a second look at
Yeah.
themselves, and check how they really feel about themselves as, a person, or as people. It's not only the outward superficial, you know um, look on the bleaching issue, but it's very deep. It's very deep. So, oops.
Yeah. So, as we are saying, the results, what would make you, unless somebody can have a very bad skin condition, maybe acne, pimples, whatever it is, and they want to even it out, that's fine. But when you go on platforms and you see women sitting there selling these products, our own people, so it's what is our standard of beauty? You have to start from yourself, self esteem. Tell your beauty is not something somebody has to tell you about. If you're a person of faith, you know who you are. Psalm 139 says, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. You see, the thing too is a lot of us read these scriptures and we don't internalize them. We just say them, or we just, oh, okay, as you say, and we walk past. But if you're vested in knowing who you are. It all starts from in here. As a person, when you're sitting down thinking, how do you feel inside? It will tell you. And so if over time you have this feeling inside of worthlessness, and you are carrying on or maybe spewing at other people instead of making the decision to work on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, you can't come and tell me that, oh, you are too dark. I'll have something to tell you. Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you this, even with us, right? Nana is a bit light skinned and Ajua is dark. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember Ajua making a comment sometime, but I don't think that she's there feeling inferior about herself. And even like my husband has said that, oh, in his family line, one of his mothers had some are light. That's why. And it's not to say Nana is so light skinned, but I'm just saying one is dark, one is whatever. As a mother, I've never focused on that. Like, oh, how come this or treated, you
One.
know, no, no. It's people are who they are. You have to just accept them. You haven't created a human being. Like, how on earth do you come on earth as one person and then all of a sudden you've changed to be this other person? And sometimes they are so light that you go, what happened? You can you it tells you can tell you, for somebody who's naturally light skinned, you can tell. And then the artificial ones you can tell. So you go, this is a big process. This person invested all this to become like this. We've heard stories like Dr. Yabable was saying, um, bleaching, relaxing of the hair, plastic surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Women have even died from going to do plastic surgery. And you're leaving your own children. Your husband will get married, and some stepmother will probably come and maltreat your kids.
Um,
So is it worth it? Like, you know, sometimes even it's not the man who's telling you things, it's just you yourself.
yeah.
So work on it. We're not saying that everybody who's doing that is being told by a man that no, you, the individual, are responsible. Self esteem is so, so important, but these are things we don't focus on in our community,
Yeah.
and we don't focus on the trauma. I've said before on this platform that when I first came here, like in my 20s, late, I was always angry. And I'm like, okay, why? Why do you feel so angry? What's going on? But then when you think back, you lived in an environment where when anything happens, oh, it's okay, and you know this, that, all this
It's all
things.
built.
So you are stuffing it in, then you blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to take time to work on yourself. We don't do that. And especially these women, somebody will even come and sit and say, "Oh, what is she talking about? This, that, right?" But every time something happens, it's women who come and bash women. We need to educate ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is you. You came on this earth. You're not here because you're in a posse with a group of women. They are all lightening their skin, so you also have to do it. Choose to be different. Oh, my child, I feel, oh, I'm too dark. My child has to. What? When you brought forth the child, you saw them, you saw what they look like. Now you are going to change them?
Hmm.
I'm sorry, this comes with a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
We've just done highlights here.
Yeah.
But my main focus was the chemicals. So if you come on and you are listening, focus on that part. Go do your own research. And we don't read labels, even food things, whatever you are buying, read the labels. Read labels.
It's so deceptive. Don't
Yes,
just buy because it says organic.
yes, that too. So,
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, it's mainly the reason why. I think if you ask yourself, why am I doing it?
Mhm.
And it makes sense to you with all the effects, then I guess you can go ahead. I colored my hair back because
Mhm.
the white, it took
Mhm.
so much to get into the white.
Okay.
I had to bleach it 3 times in order to get to the, white color.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Mhm.
thought that I'm sure it's doing something to my head. That's why I stopped.
I was talking to my hairdresser the other day, right? Because when I cut my hair last, I think I did it before I went to Halifax. And so then every time the grays always come out. And I said, oh, I have this wedding coming up. She goes, well, if you feel that is too white on the sides, come. And so I went and she kind of did that. And afterwards we were chatting, standing outside the store chatting. And I said that, oh, I have a friend who does the bleach. I said, oh, I like that white thing. She goes, yeah, we would have to bleach you so many times. And I said,
Eh,
no, I don't. And she said, it burns. I said, no, 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 I don't want that. I'll stick to this.
yep. Life is good.
Um, Otima says life is good, but we have to be moderate and kind to our bodies. Thank you.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. Like you have to love your body, nurture it, take care of it. Don't do these destructive things to it. So, yeah, let's go to commercials and then we'll come back and wrap up. So, I will let you start.
Okay, so yeah,
Let's see.
um, follow me on all the social media platforms at Tiara Russell Hints. I always say I'll bring a flyer. I forget because it makes it so much easier. At Tiara Russell Hints on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I don't want to mention YouTube, but YouTube as well because
Mhm,
I do. Yeah, I do. I would say wholesome health. But
mhm,
it has to do with financial and then the natural
mhm,
stuff. On YouTube, I just have my recipes and then I talk about some herbs and plants and what they do for us and oils and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm yet to put the financial videos there, but the financial videos you can find on Instagram and TikTok because
Mm-hmm.
we all need financial education because
Yes,
it's all,
it's important. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah.
So great. Okay, so then I'll move on to Sister Ajuodo. Sister Ajuodo does programs on Fridays and Saturdays. More recently, I think she's been busy, so she's not been able to be on the Fridays. Or I don't get notifications now, so I maybe she did yesterday and I didn't see it. And also she does these daily exercise routines. And she's been doing videos on her book that is going to be coming out, Unveiling Myself.
Just to see
So
that.
I'm her book coach, and she's been sharing videos on that. So if you have a story that you want to write, contact Auntie Yaa'S Onet Academy. You can book an appointment on Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner or Yatobra on Messenger or ownitbooks@gmail.com. The ticker at the bottom has all the
And
information.
about that too.
Sorry?
Their own their book coaching services.
Yes.
Does it have to be the whole package? Let's say somebody has written a book and they want a service like just the editing, or they want a service like just the marketing,
Mhm.
that as well.
Okay, I don't do the marketing. The marketing aspect, the client has to take care of it. But if it's the proofreading and the editing, you want the book to be looked through or whatever it is that you need. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, are you able to? It depends. There's different services
Yeah.
like uploading the book,
Mm-hmm.
going through it, that kind of thing. It's something that there's a price for each.
Each one. Okay, that's what I
Yes.
know, if it's broken down so that if the person needs just one thing out of it, they can also
Mhm.
you.
Um, I haven't broken it all down into that fine, but it's just a question of if you've written your book already
Mm-hmm.
and you need the services, there's one price.
Okay.
If I am going to like ghostwrite it for you, there'll be a different price, but we can talk or you can put your requirements in writing and then I'll take a look and
Okay.
go from there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You would be a special client, so we can talk. So as well, Ajuodo does. So on Fridays, it's Abrabomu Sem. Any topic, she'll come and talk about it, general topic of interest. And then on Saturdays, she does a program with Reverend Samuel Okoso, and that is marriage talks. It can be any other topics too, just relating to life, relationships, and what have you. Reverend Okoso is very knowledgeable, and oh my goodness, he has a lot of nuggets. That comes on at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, which is 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and so it would be 7:30 in Ghana and 8:30 BST in Britain. So please patronize those programs. As well, we have Miss Sage, sageshare.com. She sells a variety of African products, t-shirts, clothing, jewelry, shea butter. Ajuodo does an excellent job of, promoting. If you go on Ajuodo's platform, most times you see her in the t-shirts. It could have a map of Africa or it could have a map of Ghana. So please patronize her. As well, we have Sika Educate. Sika does a lot of knowledgeable, she shares a lot of information on different issues, trending issues in the community, or any aspects of things that we need to know for our life journey. We've been doing a program with her on Sundays. I think we've done 3 so far. Your voice is your power, because of the Yvonne Nelson book, right? And so I believe that will be continuing. So please patronize that platform as well. The other lady on the panel is Miss Ekuamwa. She's in Calgary. She's very focused on STEM education for our people. Even today, as I speak, she has a program going on in Calgary. It's a tea party. Yeah, so I will find the links. I have to write it somewhere and do the proper ads on it. Because even me, I was going to ask her that Is it, do you have to just be located in Calgary to be part of her program or the services that they provide, or do they do things on social media that people anywhere can participate in? And it's important because in our community, we say things like, oh, I don't like math, I don't like science, I give up, this and that. And you know the situation, if you don't push yourself or don't push your kids in the system, it's so easy for them to get labeled and what have you. You
Mm.
have to teach your child that they can. You know, this sense of inferiority that we talk about, it extends everywhere. And you have parents who won't push, then the child is going to be left on the lower rungs of the society, and that is not a good thing. As well, we have Pastor P. Pastor P is an ASEA agent. ASEA does a lot of things. It helps with gut health, Crohn's disease. It's just basically your nerves. If you're having any situation in your body, it helps you to recover. I've taken ASEA. I have my list of things that it does. At old age, we don't remember everything, so I have to find that list. But please contact her for your needs. As well, she does coaching, Blue Bridges Coaching. I've told you that I've done coaching with Pastor P. She's on the ball, to the point. She won't pamper you. She'll tell you straight up what you need to do to realign. You reset, reflect, and carry on. Contact her. As well, she's a Tap Tap agent, and her code is Lady P. So when you use it for the first time, you will get a discount. I believe it's 15%. And then we have Sister Awom Rekua. She does lunchtime talks, or she comes on anytime that she can, and she has these bangers, a very knowledgeable platform. Insights, go to that platform, listen to some of the videos, and you'll be blessed. Today, she was showcasing the Ghana community in Glasgow. They are having their picnic. So, there. Who am I missing? Sister Aisha Ankara. Sister Aisha Ankara is a Juice Plus agent. She's also an Avon person. You have to be in London to be able to purchase the Avon, so contact her. And also, she sells household items like pots and pans, different plates. She showcases them on what do you call it? Facebook. So please contact her for your needs. Last but not the least, we will talk about, let's see, where is it? Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. Every time I get here, I was almost just going to slip by. I'm like, you can't be doing that. So, Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner is based on my books. 5 books. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul was written and came out in 2020. It's a book of inspiration, running around frantically wondering, is this all there is to life? Running around, going to work, doing this like a chicken with their head cut off. You need to find some peace. Get that book. As well, there's The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. Women are always nurturing and taking care of everybody. In fact, we're expected to be workhorses in our community. Oh, when you work hard and you endure and put up with nonsense, you're a good woman. So please, we've been talking about self esteem. What would make you bleach unless it's medically necessary or whatever? I don't want to say medically necessary, but read that book. Let your daughters read it. It will help them and build them up. As well, we have our Refreshing for My Weary Soul. So, Reflections was 2020. The Beauty of a Woman's Heart and Refreshing for My Weary Soul were 2021. That is a devotional. So I take a passage from the Bible and I share my insights on it. As well, I have a section called Practical Nyamesem. I take a look at some of the way we apply scriptures in our environment. Those are my opinions because I believe that we are reading the word. It's supposed to build us up, and yet a lot of us are sitting around with low self-esteem. The word is supposed to build you up. So what is going on?
Mm.
The 4th book, Own It, came out in 2022. It is a guide to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. A lot of us, we grew up in an environment where we were not allowed to think for ourselves per se. Grown-ups decided everything. Right now we have that culture. That is why people can say, oh, Yvonne has disgraced her mother without looking at the underlying factors of why she had to tell her story. So Own It Your life is your own. Your husband is not coming to save you. Your mother, your friend, your siblings, you are on this earth. You need to take accountability of your own life journey. You are responsible for you. We feel entitled. Oh, this person is going to do this for me. They didn't do it. Then we go around bad mouthing them. No, they can't live your life for you. It's your life. You live it. And my fifth book came out on June 7th this year. My Unapologetic Self, it's a guide to being real and living life on my own terms. Listen, I put a post out there that what this morning, what personality trait gets you in the most trouble? And I put that outspokenness because people, we do not like the truth, especially people in my community. Being your unapologetic self is coming to a place of being real and honest with yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What are you going to do about it? Being your unapologetic self does not mean going around trampling on people and disrespecting people. No, it's living your life. If Yah tells me to do something and I can't do it, I should be able to tell her that, yeah, I can't do it without her getting upset with me, or without her saying she's not going to talk to me anymore, or
Hmm.
without her going to message or going to Ajodo, Sister Ajodo, to go talk about me. This is life. We need to be able to manage ourselves, manage our emotions, and just how we show up in life. So those are the books. So on this platform, every second Saturday we do Auntie Yaa'S book corner, the Facebook live that we're doing today. And we also have during the week, sometimes there's Pearls of Wisdom. I take a passage from the Bible and I share on it. That's about anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes long. There's a word for you that's a less than a minute long. That's from the Bible as well. A nugget that you take with you for the day. I have beauty lessons. I share things relating to women from the, what do you call it? From the book. The last post that I did was financial independence. Mothers, you need to teach your girl child financial independence. I also share reflections also from the book or refreshing. Basically, I do short videos less than a minute long, or if it's any videos that are 5 minutes or longer, could be pearls of wisdom or a word for you. Those are the longer versions, but if it's less than a minute, you usually see a reel on a topic. And I believe that we're about empowering and educating people, so we need to speak up. This is why Yvonne spoke up, and our community cannot handle it. 2023, people still think that a woman is less than, a woman should keep quiet, a woman should be monitored, a woman should be kept in her place. You, the man, you are not developing, you're not growing if you are just about muzzling women. You need to level up, because a community will develop based on the how the mind, the resources, the how do I even explain that? When a family is growing, families are growing, then the community also grows. So just what we are seeing recently on social media tells us where the community is headed. So this is why education is so important. And today we've been on here speaking about, you know, why we bleach. We've shared our information. The rest is totally up to you. Let me read some comments and then I'll go to Yah to wrap up. Mid-Sage says the skin absorbs some of the chemicals and sometimes they do make some people sick and they might not even know the cause. Thank you for that. That is exactly right. And she says, thanks, Miss Yah, for the promo and educative program. Congratulations on your books. A great author. Thank you so much. And Miss Otima says, God bless you for what you do. Thank you. See Miss Otima as well too. Okay, we didn't promote any financial knowledge. You need financial education. Please contact Miss Otima as well. Yeah, over to you, please.
Okay. So I guess I'd like to sum it like this. You have to know you. I mean, know who you are, know why you do what you do. Recently, on a when you say spiritual journey, or how do you say spirituality journey? People
Mhm.
think it's rituals and stuff like that.
No.
You know, the if you're a Christian and you're not spiritual, I don't know what you are. Because Who is,
Carnal.
yeah, is spiritual. So why I'm saying this is that, every time I used to say that when God, it said that He breathed into the man,
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, it's something. So we have a part of Him, her in us.
Yes.
So if you know, and then I think if you know that the real you is who is inside of you, then you look at life differently. The real you is not this physical body that, you know, is walking around. It's the one inside of you, and you have a goal, you have a mission here on earth to accomplish. So let's focus on why are we here, and then our lives will be better, because that's the journey that I am on now, to
Yeah.
know why I'm here on this earth. I like watching the Marvel movies a lot and all those,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it has some truths in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I realize now.
Mm-hmm.
The people who brought this Christianity to us in the movies, there are some secrets in there that I see, things that they know, but they did not add to what we should know. And then
Mm-hmm.
we also like to be spoon fed
Yes.
of going to research for ourselves. So read the Bible.
Mm.
Everything is in the Bible, no matter.
Thank you.
So let's focus on getting better ourselves, our real selves, and all these things. Going to do the surgeries and the bleaching.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a superficial reason, then I'm sorry. I think it's a waste of time. But if truly you feel that it's more important, or it's more beneficial than the effects that we've named here, then of course you're making whatever you think is right.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's what I.
Yeah, based on what you were saying about, God inside us, all I was saying is that God does not create junk. So I always say God does not create junk. So if you are sitting, walking around, putting yourself down, feeling low on yourself, thinking others are better than you,
Mm,
then there's a problem. You need to sit and think about what is going on inside you.
mm,
It's a journey a lot of people don't want to do.
yeah,
And especially our people, you see, we've come from over there to over here. And the difference is that it's not that, I mean, sometimes we say if things were better, we would have stayed back there. But there's people there who are making it too. It's
yeah,
just having the right mindset. But I'm
that-
saying if you are in a land where there's all these resources available at your fingertips and you are refusing to change and you still have that same mindset that you had over there, there's a big problem.
mm,
So at the end of the day, when we talk about all of this, my main concern is the younger generation.
mm.
What are we teaching the young men? What are we teaching the young women? We forgot to mention there's even men too who bleach.
Oh yeah, it's
We
such.
missed that part. Yes, so there's
Yeah,
a problem.
yeah,
It's a form of self-hate, really. Think about it.
yeah,
It's self-hate
yeah,
because you don't love yourself as you are, so you have to look different. You think that is what will make you better, but
yeah,
at the end of the day,
mm,
it comes with a lot.
mm,
Yeah. So we'll leave it right here until next time. I believe we'll be back on August the 5th, 2 weeks from today. And maybe we may come and talk about, some of these trauma issues that are bothering us that we're not dealing with.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's.
important. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for your company. I can't mention all the names. There's some that, I see the names. Others too may have been watching behind, but we appreciate you all. Thank you for joining us. And please share the program. Share it so that people will hear the message. So, yeah, thank you. Have a good picnic, and I'll have fun at my wedding. See you guys. Bye. Thank
It's
you.
coming.